Do you remember that video I did where I asked what one Kodam should I buy to breed through a whole group of different visual recessives to create just incredible hets? I listened, I bought, I'm going to show you what I picked up and talk about the plans for this boy. What's going on, everybody? It's Adam at Proper Royals. Thank you for joining me here today. If we've not met before, this channel is all about my family's journey from ball python hobbyist to ball python business, and I share everything that I can as transparently as I can right here on this channel. The snakes themselves, the business, the marketing, the YouTube life, the community, all of it. We talk about it all right here, and I share it all. I hope you'll consider subscribing if you enjoy yourself today and want to come back and hang out. Pretty good place to be, I think. I did a video maybe a month, 6 weeks ago, and the thought was, and I gotta say, I gotta give huge credit to Steven at Leviathan Snakes. We were working on a different collaboration project that we were video we were putting out. And off air, he says to me, you know, Adam, you kind of built all these recessive building blocks and built that brand as the recessive guy. What's one gene you would like run through all of the females if it were a really valuable gene and in high demand? You could be the guy that has hets for all these different recessives with this gene if it were kind of a new enough gene. And I was like, I gotta be honest, Steven sometimes spends a little differently than I do, like more than I do. So I kind of was like, that's probably not me. And then I got thinking about it. I was like, man, one male, I could breed to 3 or 4 females, and if I get an ultrasound, maybe I could do it accurately to even a couple more. And he's right, because I got all these visual females that I could make more of the visuals, but I got to start working some hets in at some point. Before we get too far into this video, I got to tell you about this video's sponsor. It's CSJ Designers. I'm so thankful for their support, and I'm so excited for what they're doing. They're still in the brand building and awareness building stage, and they're in their investment stage. They have 13 snakes. They're already investing in brand awareness because of where they believe that they're going. Check them out on Instagram to see the firepower that they're working with. They've already invested in double recessives like clown pieds, and they got a first season pairing of a visual puzzle to a het puzzle. I'm really excited for what they're doing. CSJ is Constantine, Sean, and Josh up in northern New Jersey. And they're really looking to do things the right way. I'm excited for CSJ Designers. I'm thankful for their support. Go check them out on Instagram. It's one click down below in the description. I think that you'll be happy that you did. If you're ever interested in supporting this channel or want to learn about sponsorship and advertising opportunities to get your brand awareness increased, feel free to let me know. properroyals@gmail.com or on Instagram Messenger. So then the wheels got going, and anyhow, I made that video. I asked y'all what you thought of it. Check it out. There were a lot of good responses. Predictably, things like Zebra, Stranger were on the list, and they are just out of my league, out of my financial league. I needed to find the gap where it was something that was new enough that hadn't been worked hugely into a lot of different projects, but it was still something that it was somewhat affordable. And let me tell you, I know affordable is a very relative term. The price I paid for this snake, I would have never dreamed 2 years ago I would ever spend on anything unless it was a Gibson guitar. Times changed, business opportunities have come, there's some cash flow. It made sense to do, and it was a good investment. I understand that affordability is relative. That's why I couldn't go out and buy a Stranger. I'm just not there yet on that affordability. What I did buy, and a lot of people suggested it, I was really appreciative for the insight. What I did buy was I bought into the Acid project. Acid, Confusion, and Static all three names for the same lines, as some people still debate whether they're the same. As far as I could tell, I'm convinced certainly Acid and Confusion are the same, and I think Static is as well. I don't care what you call it. I love this animal. I think it's amazing, and I think it's going to provide some huge opportunities for breeding projects for myself to reach some goals in the animals, but also financially from a business decision. I'm hoping, and this is just me speaking transparently and honestly, I'm hoping this is going to be the perfect blend of a project that I'm passionate about and that has a good return on investment, or ROI, on that money that I spent. Without further ado, let me show you the animal, and then we'll talk about what in the world I'm going to do with this guy. So here he is. If you haven't seen Acid before, it's almost like expressive exaggerated leopard. Dark blacks, great contrast. But what Acid does is it really blows up the pattern. This is a single gene Acid male. He is 50% het clown. What a bonus that would be if I strike gold on that, if he proves. We'll be testing him with some clowns just as soon as possible, maybe even a Krypton. We'll see. I named him Angus. I don't really know why, other than for some reason Acid made me think of AC/DC, which when I really thought about it, they're not that close in spelling. They got 4 letters and it starts with A and C, but otherwise they don't have much in common. He's kind of dark themed and certainly rock and roll, so Angus works. Check out the belly and what Acid does to the belly. So this guy's got work to do. He's small. He's not even 200 grams yet. It is mid-June right now. If I hope to have this guy in the rotation by December, he's got work to do and I got work to do, and I need a little luck on my side. So I could be talking about a project that's well over a year out. Hopefully not. We'll cross that bridge when we come to it. But I'm real happy to have this guy Angus, an Acid 50% het clown, in the collection. And I picked him up from Dale at Constricted Reptiles. Check out Dale's stock. And we didn't even talk about some of the amazing stuff going on out there in the world of Acid projects. I'm real excited. It's been being worked with, specifically in clowns. You got to see Dale's Ultramel Acid. Hello. But on the other hand, it's not being widely worked with. It still fetches a fair price at a high demand. So even if the market comes down after this breeding season, when that's, when there's a new influx of stock, I think that there's still very good upside to investing in this project from a pure business stance. From a pure, really like it, excited to work with it, I'm over the moon. Wait till you see some of those clowns, and then there's things that we just haven't seen yet of what Acid will do to things. I think Billy's got the first Pied Confusions coming up, maybe, or maybe it's already out. I haven't seen it yet, though. So I'm excited to see where Acid goes. As far as what I want to do with this guy, and I picked him up at the Tampa Repticon, and I got to meet a whole bunch of cool people. When you get to go to those shows, you get to meet a lot of cool breeders, other enthusiasts that people get along great with. I met Miguel at the show from Perfectly Engineered Reptiles. Man, he's a cool guy, and he's really into the hobby, very enthusiastic, very passionate about what he's doing. And we had the great opportunity to go to dinner with Steve Casino from Steve's Morphs. We were talking and hanging out, and he says, I was telling him about this plan, because of course we got to compare notes on what we picked up and what we're doing and blah, just being real geeks over snakes. And he was like, oh yeah, I saw that video. What recessives do you have? And I just froze. I couldn't remember. I was like, well, there's 10 of them. So I know that for sure. So I have my list here. I have Axanthic, VPI Axanthic, Albino, Candy Clown, Cryptic, Ghost, Genetic Stripe, Lavender, Pied, and Ultramel. And those are all the recessives that I have completely in my collection right now. As far as females that I don't have a real specific plan other than to work that general recessive project that I could pair Angus with, listen to this lineup of what I'm going to intend to introduce him to this fall and winter. The VPI Axanthic, the Candy, I'll have Acid Het Candies, Acid Het VPI Axanthics, assuming these girls go. Ghost on top of the Acid will be incredible with the contrast. And then I'm going to pair him to my Ultramel girl. I think the purples that will come from an ultramel acid are going to be absolutely bonkers, man. Fantastic. I'm very, very excited. Keep it right here on the Proper Royals channel. Check out these videos and I'll tell you everything that I have going on. We'll watch Angus grow up and we'll see his progress. Hopefully he makes it to that finish line in time to meet some ladies. I'll tell you all about it. I cannot wait until I get to see you in the next video. Until then, see ya.